Alright, so this is a video from JoCool. I'm going to post the video in chat. Oh my god. If I can highlight it. Damn, mouse is being spaz. So that's video there. JoCool, good peoples. I've watched one of their videos in the past. I think was one of these crap guides. Do I remember most of it? No, because my memory is butts. But I remember it was pretty funny. So if you're watching this, like I said, go check out the video. But you even bring it up before we even start watching. Make sure you give them some watch time, some views, some likes, all that fun stuff. So let's dive into it now. Just let me know if the volume's like too low or too much or anything.
Lunarcon! Lunarcon! Lunarcon!
Oh.
Lunarcon!
I thought that he was saying BonerCon, and I was really confused for a second. I legitimately thought he was saying BonerCon instead of Lunarcon. Lunarcon's like a Final Fantasy XIV online convention, I believe. I want to look more into it. Alright, but we're past BonerCon because I'm a child. Okay.
Lunarcon! Lunarcon is a free player-run in-game convention in Final Fantasy XIV, and it's happening really soon. It takes place on the Crystal Data Center, so better start your DC travels now, because boy oh boy, it's gonna be packed when it happens. But what happens in Lunarcon?
You guys want to go to Lunarcon? I didn't know it was happening on Crystal. Ooh, we might have to do a journey to Lunarcon, friends. Might have to do that.
Performances, panels, interviews, contests, art parties, roleplay venues, hangouts, raid stuff, special guests, Turtle Smithy, Sly the Fox, Denmo McStrong.
Do I know any of them?
Rin Karagani, Cheese,
I sadly do not know any of these people.
Giving away copies of Oblivion.
What?
Some people
Alright, well I know Pint.
DJ
Freaking love Pint, dude.
Who knows how many other things? I don't.
I'm very curious though. I thought it was later.
So that I promote the event a little bit earlier, so that there'd be more time for people to prepare. But like time got away from me. I'm so sorry. July 29th to the 3rd.
Oh, it happens. It's so easy to let time just get away from you. But yeah, I'm gonna actually bring up the Lunarcon stuff after we finish the video because I want to actually check that out. I don't know if that's something y'all would be interested in, like streaming too, because that'd be really fun. BonerCon sounds like a massive ERP convention. You know what? I wouldn't put it past them to actually make that, especially if it's on Crystal, because that's where all the degenerates are apparently. So I picked the right one, the right day center to be on.
31st, Lunarcon.net for all the
stuff, all the info.
See you there.
Information. Love it already.
Everyone always says you should be a team player, but honestly, I've always felt like the best way to help the team is by crushing whatever obstacle that's in the way with my heavily toned squat receipts. So that's it. No more playing for anybody else. I play for me, baby. Any reason the raid wipes from now on is no longer my fault. I only exist to make big numbers fly towards the screen and watch my skill.
Exactly. It's all about big deeps, nothing else. Just going into this too, the only melee class that I have done is Reaper, but I've been playing a lot of Warrior for my Palace of the Dead runs, and I just like, smacking things with a big axe, so I can feel that. It's pretty fun. They're probably gonna buy a billboard for BonerCon. Oh my god, just oh, what have I started? Oh man, started BonerCon. We should just make it. We should make our own con.
Bar light up like a Christmas tree at a rave party, and you bet your precious patoot the progress preventers will be promptly pounded because this potent projector of pain will be peppering those beasties until your pack is paved with enough resulting pellets that every peddler will pray to be pampered by a more palatable pacifist.
That's so many P words. That is also the greatest pause screen ever. We're just gonna take a second to admire the chicken face or duck chicken, right? Or duck, I don't know, chicken duck face. Just gonna admire that. Look into its eyes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Welcome to a crap guide to Final Fantasy.
Yay, melee stuff. Clearly as a black mage main, I need to know all about melee stuff. Which I actually do need to learn.
Being the king of capitalism, because the way you play, taking care of others, is for bitches. Pay no attention to anybody else's well-being unless it directly affects you, and so long as you're alive and safe, you can act like anything bad that happens around you is probably not your fault.
Exactly.
All that brain power instead will be put towards what really matters, your complicated as shit damage rotation.
Yeah, all that matters is clicking your buttons and making big numbers. That's all you do as a DPS. You don't need to worry about anything. Mechanics? The hell's a mechanic? big DPS numbers is all that matters.
That's right, step aside tanks 1, 2, 3 and healers 2 damage buttons. These are where the big guys and gals play. Or at least that's what they like to tell themselves, since one of the only party utilities they have to worry about is pressing the faint button once in a blue moon. Their hotbar will more often have dozens of buttons all dedicated to big.
I don't do 11. Exactly, big deeps.
The most important
that's all that
person
matters.
In the party, as you are the one on the front lines inspecting the bad guy's anus like it's where all the Hrothgar hats are hiding, while avoiding the enemy's sprays of hot poisonous gamer stink. Not only are you going to be up in their grill turning their cheeks into a ripe tomato while flip-flopping in and out of danger like you're a politician making pancakes, you're also going to make like an adult film star and learn positionals. Certain attacks in your damage rotation will require you to land them in specific areas around the enemy target, specifically the rear and the flank, in order to...
That's, again, just doing Reaper. Like, I still got really confused with having to be on, like, which side for that one combination. I haven't played Reaper in a while. But there's, like, that one combo where you can hit them, like, from the back or the sides or the front, and you do more damage to get more deeps. I want to play Reaper more.
Deal additional damage. How do you tell where those positions are? By the massive disembodied titty underneath the target. See this nipple? That's the front where the tank will be sucking on the sweet milkies that are tank busters, which obviously means this conspicuous ticulus on the opposite end.
I'm not drinking on this. Are the milkies? Yo, I've never heard it called. I've never heard it called that. That's amazing. That is wonderful. I absolutely love that.
It's the rear. What about the flank? That'll be on either side of the enemy. And if you're ever confused as to where each area begins and ends, a useful tip on how to tell is imagine there's a big X dividing each of the quadrants. Or you could just press True North and pretend positionals don't exist like it's an embarrassing memory of that time you did the Gangnam Style at school, unironically. The only time it isn't the case is when the enemy has a full ring without an opening, in which case you won't have to worry about any of that guff and you can just sit there like an off-tank who's actually having fun. Otherwise, between hopping back and forth in these two spots and running around catching up to the boss whenever the tank feels like doing cardio, your little wall's legs are gonna get so much working out that they'll be thick as the milk from the teats of a whale. Needless to say, expect to move a lot. But what if I'm not in the right place for a positional or the boss is far away? Just remember the old adage: always be casting.
Exactly.
Even if you're not able to land your
ABCs.
positionals, or if the boss is too far away to make a melee attack,
Just
be
always
sure
be
to
throwing
be
something
pressing
at
your
them.
buttons no matter what, unless you're a monk who.
If you have a range like throw or something, just be using that constantly. I'm even trying to still get better with that with Black Mage, because I gotta get my numbers up as Black Mage. It's not that much, but you know, melee DPS is like whatever you can throw at them, just constantly be just chucking stuff at them, even if you're far.
Attack, and you have to sit there thinking about how your job will inevitably be reworked yet again in the next patch. However, there is another secret epic gamer option that allows you to maximize the DPS you output at the risk of yourself as well.
I do like secret gamer
else,
options,
but it's usually the healers. This technique is called greed. The funny thing about AoE markers in Final Fantasy XIV is that they only ever mark you for damage if you are standing in them the moment they go away. This means that if you're fast on your fingers, you can stand there DPSing the bad guy while soaking in their radioactive orange juice until the very last second, where you backflip out just as the dropkick of doom skims your fuzzy anime hair.
All that matters.
You don't lose a second of uptime. As I said, however, this is a high risk. If your timing is off and you spend just a millisecond too long, you'll be covered in cheese puffs. You might.
But that's the only way to get big numbers. High risk, high reward. That's how you get the big deeps. Those massive deeps.
Even die, or in some cases, you'll have to suffer a fate worse than having to read the entire 24-hour chat log of Limsa.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Down. Shh, it's okay. Nobody's gonna take away your big damage numbers. Papa's here to make sure you don't greed too hard if you're not ready, okay? Okay. As the melee DPS, you also have first dibs on limit break against most bosses, since yours deals the most damage, specifically when they're single. This is because when you hit the limit break button, you're not actually attacking them, just showing them pictures of a happy, healthy relationship, and nothing hurts more than emotional damage. Just ask Arianje. Yeah. But what are the individual jobs whom of which melee...
Oh, emotional damage. Oh, that's sad. And true. It's very sad and true. Oh my god.
If said up close slappers to thine
you're gonna get hit, why not just stay by a boss?
One is a different flavor of
True.
anime and edge. Monk, for those of
you know, if you're gonna get hit anyway, just stand by a boss and get more damage in. Makes sense.
You who want to go fast, having one of the shortest global cooldowns in the game means you'll be dealing out punches like you're a pissed off caterer at a middle school sock hop. Instead of the traditional combos, each attack puts you in a specific stance. Bird, cat, and monkey. Each one combos into another attack that benefits from each respective stance. Your rotation will be all about swapping stances around more than a kid trying to impress their crush at a middle school sock hop. You also have perfect balance, which allows you to go freestyle and pick whichever stance you're feeling more at the moment without having to do any of the normal stance setup. If you repeat the same stance 3 times during your freestyle, you get a purple token on your stylish moves punch card. And if you do 3 different stances during the freestyle, you get a white one. Do a freestyle with 3 unique moves one more time while you have both a purple and white tokens on your punch card, and you get to turn it in to make your crush dripping wet with damage because for some reason you get to kick them in the face. The only problem is you are the only melee without a...
Sometimes you gotta, move your fists and just kick them. I was thinking about doing a monk I want to do either monk or samurai as my next job to like level up besides crafters, because I really need to work on my crafters. But monk just seems really cool. And samurai, the only reason why I want to do samurai is I got a sword that's on fire, so I think that looks really cool. And that's the only reason why I want to start samurai. Hashtag healers adjust, exactly.
A ranged attack to keep your uptime. And although you do have a dash that lets you zip around like Goku on a triple shot Ristretto down blend macchiato, if ever you find yourself with a target to punch
actually
during
sounds
combat,
delicious.
you can call timeout on your buff so they stop moving.
As I finish my energy drink while drinking caffeinated tea.
Dragoon is probably the most straightforward of the melee classes and the one most likely to have a tragic backstory. You've got a 5-button combo that swaps between hard slaps and sakura flowers and a handful of buffs that will turn anybody else in the party into your partner in dragon slaying.
So question though, is Dragoon or Reaper more of the edgelord job? Because I'm assuming Reaper, because I am clearly an edgelord. So I went with Reaper because it has a big scythe, and I was like, that's cool. But Dragoons have kind of big poles. I know what I said. Didn't mean that way. I'm just gonna watch a video. I'm just gonna continue.
Kind of dragon slaying? That's up for you to decide, which you'll have plenty of time to do while you're suspended.
I'm not the only one, see?
In the air, dropping in like a scantily clad human airstrike who's got a date with Nidhogg at 5 and a party at the quicksand at 6. Yes, the Matanga in the room. Dragoon
only an
has
hour
several
for a date?
damage-dealing jumps necessary to unlocking special attacks in their rotation that will lock you into an animation, which means you're stuck and unable to move out of your location while the boss is just about ready to piss all over the floor right before you land. So be wary when using your jumps, lest you fling yourself right into a danger puddle and perpetuate the tired singular joke the 14 community has for the class. On the bright side, though, you do get the objectively best job mentor in the form of
Max.
Ninja is great for people who enjoy American football because for every 10 seconds of excitement, there's a minute of fuck all. Your rotation is all about fitting every goddamn cooldown you can into a small window of time where you make the enemy take more damage. And on top of that, you also have the ability to live out every weeb's dream and do a bunch of hand gestures to cast magic attacks and also drop down into a low position and run with your arms flopping behind you.
I do want to do that. You can Naruto run? Oh, dude, I want Naruto run.
You got 3 hand symbols, and depending on what order you do, you'll make a different kind of anime reference. For example, going chi tenjin tenjin chi chi.
Wait, hold on. Was that say Hamtaro? You have an attack that's just Hamtaro. I just picture that you're just chucking hamsters at them. That'd be amazing. Hamtaro, little hamster, big adventure. I'm always gonna have that song stuck in my head no matter how old I get, no matter how much time passes. Always gonna have the Hamtaro theme song stuck in my head. This Dragoon's gotta make sure that pole is well polished. Hey, it's the only way you slay dragons. The bigger the pole, the bigger the dragons.
Going Chi Tenjin Tenjin Chi Chijin unlocks the secret dark ending of Cory in the house and causes the enemy to be susceptible to bonus damage. But maybe you're facing a mob of enemies who are immune to a powered life form, so you'll instead have to go Tenjin Jin Chijin Chijin Ten Chijin Tenchi for 3 seasons of Sonic Underground, which will kick sand into their eyes with how fast you'll be running circles around the slowpokes. More or less, you'll have to do some studying up on what combos do what. But here's a secret cheat sheet. Only the final mudra in the sequence matters. Oh. Fuck, it's the skill floor police. Cheese it!
What the hell?
The job most likely to have a dick measuring contest with a black mage. I'd be careful, though. Their dad works at Square Enix. This weeb is the most...
Yo. It's a melee video, man. Why do you gotta rag on black mages like that? So what if our dad works at Square Enix? And listen, it's not our fault that we have special treatment because... the father of Final Fantasy XIV is a black mage. I'm just saying that's probably the best class to play out there. When we work together, it's much better. Hamtaro, Jamtaro. God, such a jam.
Selfish of the melees, as it provides no utility for the rest of the party and instead acts like the average soccer player, focusing on being the star of the show who gets all the attention, especially when it drops to the floor clutching its knee when somebody sneezes on them. Your attacks contribute to a kink bar, which allows you to shame the enemy in a variety of ways, as your katana is also a substitute for a horny bat. So you remember how the monk has a punch card? Well, so do you, except yours is your sword and the punches are stickers. You have 3 basic combos, each one giving you a slight buff and slapping a sticker onto your katana. And depending on how many stickers you have, you will get one of 3 different rewards when you turn in your sticker sheet. With 1 sticker, you'll apply a dot that'll last longer than it takes to clean your room. Don't lie to me, I know a majority of my audience has depression. 2 stickers will charge up an A.
I mean, is he wrong? Probably not. Also, I want stickers. Hamtaro was so good. Now I wanna watch Hamtaro stuff. It was so ridiculous. But also, this dude, correct facts. I've never seen like Samurai or Monk or Dragoon's abilities or like skill bar or anything. So this is opening my eyes to a whole new world of stuff. But I also want stickers.
AoE around you. And 3 stickers will make...
Whoa. Got really serious really quick. Whoa. Just waiting for it to build up. The buildup is too much. What is gonna happen? Come on, just something happen, please. It's taking so long. Yes! Alright, somebody's getting cut in half right now. And it's not Hamtaro, that's all that matters. Whoa. Oh no, the red armor one. That was one I wanted to win.
An additional separate sticker. And once you have 3 of those, you get to do an additional.
My god, it's just the same thing.
And finally, the Reaper, the transfer student from Garlemald who got the rest to maul at the fact that they think they're better than the rest of the melees. Which I mean they are, but don't let any Reaper hear you say that. It'll go to their heads. Being the darkest and edgiest of melees means that your job gauge is...
So Reaper is more of an edgelord class than Dragoon. Cool. Edgelord. Reapers. Yeah. I'm the edgiest edgelord to ever edge.
Dark Souls Lord. Similar to the Samurai, you build up a bar that can be spent on big slaps. And those big slaps give you edgy boy points that can be spent on additional big slaps. Except this time, they're coral blue number 5 semi-gloss lipstick. Once you've kissed enough boys to build up your fashion bar, you get to turn into a spooky ghost.
A very spooky ghost.
You do the spooky slice. The spooky slice. Now your swings have some spice. You do the slice.
This is a jam, dude. I think this is now a musical as well. Lovely.
Spooky
slices.
And now you know how to play Melee. You're welcome.
Easy. Easy peasy. Sounds like a cakewalk. Yo, that video is absolutely amazing. I loved it. I think I've seen the... I'm gonna give it a like. I don't know why I'm not subscribed to him. But like I said, definitely go give it a watch or give it a like. You know, give some support. That was actually really well made, really fun. Just come on, man. Let's get through one video without black mages being shit on for like 2 seconds.